Personally, as a pocket, I like starting playing lower, but this can change depending on what your team likes doing. Double soldier mobs are very effective, and having like one of your soldiers on the crate and the other one up top here can work too. Um, or if you're doing a more passive mid, you can actually have like a pocket stand here. If you're basically if your game plan you see like their soldiers are always double bombing you or whatever, and like you think you can just kill them, you can have like a soldier sit here and wait for the bomb, and you know just shoot them while they're on the ground, and like your other soldier could be like here or something, you know, doesn't really matter. But as for like having a soldier under, it's pretty good because if you have control of under, when they try to play their own side, you can just like spam that crate and like nobody can really get up that side. So even though you're under, you're actually playing high ground control at the same time. And if they start pushing your team or whatever, you can start like pushing under a person. A lot of the time you can isolate someone here, get him.
Yeah, like a scout will be playing
good.
back, or the medic's playing back, and he just
Or
like,
the
he has to back
demo.
up.
Happens many
I
times.
should do that
Yeah.
as a roamer, be under.
Roamer or pocket. I like
Yeah,
doing
just
it as
discuss
pocket better because
with your team.
well, on this map I run shotgun, so it's like shotgun's pretty useful under, while roamer can
Yeah.
do like a high bomb. A good mid for roamer, just a good default, you know, is the high bomb mid, where you just do like this wall jump, right? And you can kennel in wherever you want. That's why it's good. Like you can
Make a
go,
decision in the air.
you can go there. Like if they roll out under, you can go top right, go behind.
You can
them.
get behind them, yeah.
If they go left, I almost always jump right and try to spam them, their scouts, and they try to get up on the crate, and then I go steal their pack and like try to wait for the demo backing out or something.
Yeah, if they're playing hard left and they're not really contesting you top right, then it's good like if you're just like sitting here and spamming on the low ground and then playing around the house, because you have this health back here and you kind of have high ground all over them.
Yeah,
So
I try
that's
to
pretty
get
good.
to where you're standing right now, like if I can. Every
Yeah.
mid. But
That's
the scouts
good.
there, I won't jump that.
Another thing you can do with your high bomb is actually land here above the forward spawn, and you know to like kill you, they've got to have a soldier jump at you or a demo look at you. So either way, it's pretty good. 'Cause
Yeah. And if you're having trouble with that, like on your side, if the soldier's doing that to you, a scout can play up there. It's a really easy deny. So yeah. Also, if you're having trouble with this in mid, think of it like Badlands. That's what Jarrett said to us. Like there are two houses, and there's a left side and a right side, and an under and a valley on both sides. So, like you know, like if they're in valley, it's like, oh, they have massive, like we have massive high ground control. Let's just take the point. Same thing as
Yeah.
Badlands. Think of it like that.
Yeah. Pretty
I think
much.
that's it for mid.
Pretty much, if you want to win the mids, just don't get caught in like the death zones. There's like 3 death zones on this mid, all right? This is where you don't want to be. So you don't want to be there.
Or
you don't
here.
want to be there, or you don't want to be there. All right, if you're one of these 3 spots, you're gonna die 99% of the time. If you're not there, then you're probably gonna win the mid if you just play together. Shoot like the soldiers is pretty important, and you know one of the big things I can say, especially for open, like if you want to win the mids, at an open level, like if you just do aggressive mids and like push all 6 of you together at the same time and focus targets, that's probably like the easiest way to like do good on mids. You know, passive mids require a little bit more coordination because you have to first farm the people that get too aggressive and then like push across together. So it's like a little bit trickier generally than just doing like all out aggressive mids. The one thing you have to be careful of is you have to make sure your soldiers don't jump too deep, because if your soldiers are jumping too deep
And your combo can't help them. Yeah.
you're basically just creating space for nobody. So it's not good. Generally,
And
like
yeah. Sorry, keep going.
like it's good as a soldier to delay your bomb. Like sometimes I like waiting till my team like starts pressuring a little bit before bombing, so that way I'm sure they can follow up on my bomb, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for mid.
And on your own side, if they're doing like really high double bombs like off the wall and they're way above you, you can also push under. Because then the soldier's
Yeah.
like flying around in the air, like going behind you, and you're literally pushing underneath, and he can't land on your head, and you're kind of safe. And then you can crush his combo. So, like if you're having a lot of trouble with high bombs, then that's another thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like every team that we've played so far, the 2 teams that we played actually, they've just been sacking soldiers every mid,
Yeah.
just like taking right. And
Like
I
this
kind of
side?
know, yeah, like right where you are.
So
If I were
so
on-
they take this crate.
Yeah, they would take that. They would take that, and they would like take the little bar on the point.
And our demo was
That's
always
what-
like below, like maybe 50, 60 health when I got there.
Yeah.
And then we kind of get stuck into
You running
the
booties?
door.
Booties are really good on
Okay,
this mid.
if you're not running booties, you're basically losing
Sorry.
the mid for sure.
They're really
Because
good on this
you can
mid.
do one more jump, so like you get there way faster than the other demo if he doesn't run booties, and you just have more health. So that's probably the reason you've been hurt on mids.
Yeah, is there like an easy way to counter just people going right? Is to just go the other side?
Yeah, I mean, if they're taking this crate, generally you can just like play the right side and kill them. Like this side isn't really that good. So if they're taking the crate early, I'm assuming like there's some people here. So generally like a really good thing to do against that is just like a soldier high bomb, since there's not a whole lot they can do in the area that they are. Like you just have like a roamer, dude. Well, okay, that's not what you want to do.
It's not a good
But
bomb.
an area. All right, need to go again. All right, it's hard to bomb with 20 inches. Okay, but yeah, you just have like a soldier do like one of those high bombs, land there. And if there's in this area, then you can pretty much kill anything. I'd recommend like one of your soldiers delays a little bit, like plays maybe, you know, under at first or near valley, and when their soldiers jumps, counter jump them. You know, make sure they can't get this crate for free. If you usually counter jump the soldiers.
Yeah. Against
So-
double soldiers, we had our roamer play over there, like on that crate or around the truck.
Yeah, you
So
can
if
put
the
on this
soldier
crate.
actually landed on this crate, then our roamer would just counterbomb him. And we also had a scout like playing around here and another scout playing over here. So that
Yeah.
soldier, if he jumps that crate, he's just dead to scouts and roamer.
So is it basically just if they take that, you just push them? Question mark.
Yeah. I mean, if they take that, they're basically pushing you, so you just kind of farm them. Because, well, like, if they're here, this is like your ground on mid. Like, when you start the mid, if you're playing right side, like, this is kind of like where you're passive at, you know? You're not really pushing this area, you're more like holding it, you know? It's like if this is your control point, you know, you're holding this control point, you're not really pushing. I don't know if it makes any sense, but like, you know how on mids there's like the area that you start with, right? When you're doing just like a passive hold or whatever, like a passive mid. Well, you know, that's basically this area. So if the soldier bombs you here, you're kind of just like supposed to deny him. You know, like he's gonna get on the crate most of the time because like it's hard as
If
a
you
scout.
guys go fight that specific soldier, there's not much his team can do to help him. So he should
Yeah.
be a kill, honestly.
So
Unless
just
this team-
focus the
Like-
soldier.
Yeah. If the soldiers are a big problem, try to like press S and farm the soldiers and then fight the rest of their team. Like against really aggressive bombing soldiers, it usually works because they're so aggressive. Their team is like really far behind them, so
Yeah.
they're completely alone, like the two of them, and you can just farm them
Well,
with your scouts.
they're not alone. It's like when they're there, like their whole team is also there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know what you mean. So the thing is, like, so their soldier bombs high ground, right? So they have like one or two soldiers.
Something like that, yeah.
So they have like one there and one there.
Yep.
Okay. So like basically what you do is like there's the initial fight, right? Where there's like you guys both exchange spam, yeah. So you're playing like more passive mid because they're the ones making the move first. They're jumping both of their soldiers on the high ground. So what you want to do when they do that is you want to make sure both of your soldiers are in a position to counter jump them to then make sure that they don't get
Just
the high
land
ground
on
in
their
the end.
soldiers,
And
yeah.
at the same time as your soldiers counter jump, the rest of your team pressures where their team is, you know. Which if both of their soldiers are on this side, I'm assuming their team's around here, right?
Something like that.
So earlier we weren't rolling out this side, we were rolling out like in the other door. So we were talking about them
Oh,
landing
like
on-
over there?
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
Crab was talking about them landing on blue crates while we're like where Skye
Oh.
is right now.
Okay, right there.
I think that's what he meant.
Okay.
Oh, so you're
well,
you're holding
that's-
here and their soldiers on there.
Yeah, there or on the ground,
Yeah.
either way.
Yeah, well, if they're on that crate, it's more like they're passive mid. That's why, like, generally you don't want to necessarily roll out your combo here, just because it's so easy to, like, you know, just kill you in this doorway or, like, in this area. This is, you know, the death zone, like I said. So, like, even if you're going to do a left side mid, I'd recommend having your combo roll out lower and then go towards the left side, you know?
Yeah.
Because you don't, like, get rolled
Because
as
you're not
hard.
gonna be you're not gonna be pushing instantly anyway. Like you have some downtime to buff your scouts and rebuff your demo. So there's really no reason to go top left instantly.
Yeah, and plus when you go lower, you can like cancel the side, and you can switch your mind, change your mind. You know, if you see picks on the other side or whatever. So it just like you have more options. So I think that's probably why you were like getting fucked. Because if their soldier goes early on this crate and you roll out up top, you kind of just like take 2 rockets for free.
Yeah, we assumed it was the
Yeah.
other way around,
Yeah,
and
that-
you
so
guys
that's
were
what
over here,
happened.
and the roamer was over there.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, so
rolling out that side.
yeah, so we'll roll out the other way. I think that sounds really effective. And you're right, Skye. When I was playing on the ground, I survived so much better than when I was like bunched up with my 2 hurt players. Yeah.
Like it's, you
Are
can't
you
really talk about that, but it's the same.
Yeah, well, I started recording it midway through, so I can send it to you, the recording. I'm not streaming it, just recording.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
Oh, you're back?
Yeah, Pro just, yeah, got back.
Oh boy.
He can't stay, though.
I've gotta go, but, yeah, peace.
Yeah, bye. Sorry, that was our demo.
I feel like if, as a soldier, if the medic's playing on the ground too, I don't like. I hate bombing into an area that's just like a flat open space.
Because you have to commit your life.
Exactly. That's why, like, as a soldier.
Like, you have to die if you
okay,
want to get a pick there.
Here's Soldier 101. What? Dude, I'm a professional professor, okay. So, alright, you're disturbing me. Okay, so, a lot of the time when you bomb, so this is like the most common mistake, like every time I watch a soldier demo, or like someone I'm mentoring or whatever, like they always bomb in and like commit their lives, like thinking it adds to their bomb or whatever. But especially like on this map, a lot of the time you don't need to necessarily commit your life in a bomb, and just find like high ground points to bomb instead of bombing directly into them, you know? Like there's a lot of points, like right now, you can see just from my point of view, like, so when they're in this area, you can jump here, this crate, forward spawn, this, you can go in their house, you know, this fence or whatever. Like, all of those areas are gonna make you a lot tougher to kill than if you just bomb on this. And plus you have the high ground over them, so it's much easier to shoot down on them while you have the high ground, rather than just like bombing into them. And, you know, it's like an open area, so it's hard, if you do like a high bomb, it's hard to predict where they're going, right? Because it's open area, they can go wherever. So if you're just gonna do a high bomb, like the classic roamer high bomb or whatever, not sure if you're roamer or pocket, but if you're gonna do this high bomb, then you can choose where you land, you know, like you land right here. Or on their forward, or whatever. So that way, you don't necessarily have to commit your life for your bomb to be good. And this applies to like any scenario. A lot of the time you can just bomb high ground and spam.
That's why it's always good to be here as a medic, or even to, if you're getting bombed, just roll out Valley, and then he has to go even deeper to kill you, and your scouts just eat him, basically.
Yeah.
Devoured.
Very tasty.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like to. I'm not the kind of roamer that just kind of like goes for risks a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't
that's good.
Like, I don't do deep bombs a lot, unless I do and I don't notice. In which case, you guys should tell me. But I don't feel like I do.
No,
I think I just play passive off of my aggro scout.
Yeah, it's good to play passive, if your goal is to be passive, but sometimes, on this mid as a soldier, you know, you have to, like, make a move. Especially as roamer, you're probably gonna be, like, the more aggressive one. Like, I really think, like, this high bomb deal is really, really good, especially since, like,
you're not necessarily going for picks, but you're drawing their eyes so your team has space.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, like, die, but, yeah.
Yeah, against less coordinated teams, I always think like aggression is always better than being passive, because so here's the thing: when you're being passive, you're actually letting them play their game, right? Because when you're playing passive, you're kind of like playing an adaptive mid type of style, where it's like you're gonna try to adapt to whatever they throw at you. But if you just go like an aggressive mid and you have your mid plan, you know, like exactly what you want to do on mid, it's like everybody knows exactly what to do. You're all on the same page. It's much easier than being adaptive, you know. So I think this roamer bomb, you can do a lot of things with it, and like it's a good default mid, honestly. Like a lot of the time, like a deep bomb like that wouldn't be a default, but you can just like go in their lobby, land there, land there. You can like even do a full wraparound and land on top of the point if you want, or you can go like you can pretty much land anywhere with that bomb. That's a good default. Otherwise, like there would just be like the classic double soldier bomb type of deal. But yeah.
Any questions from our scouts?
I wonder if they're even there.
Smile at Deathy. You're cool?
Yeah, Bor's still here, I think.
Bor?
Nope.
Alright, I think they're cool then.
Oh no, I usually just like... I called out. Let me work my way to mid.
The only thing, like, when I high bomb as a roamer on a lot of mids, like, maybe it's different in higher, like, divisions, but at least in open, every fucking scout in open is a massive chaser, and they will chase me back to their second and kill me.
Well, that's really good because
That's
like
good for your team because you'll win the mid.
and plus like if you're a lot of the on this mid, it's really easy to put yourself in a position where the scout like can't really chase you super easily. So like if you feel like scouts chasing you is a big problem, like doing the high bomb where you land like around here usually works because there's no scout that can really deny you here. A lot of the time, like teams don't really put a scout here, and if they do, it's easy to fight a scout. Like everything's splashable, it's close quarters, and you can just sit around this pack. And here you have the pack advantage, the high ground advantage over the scout. It's like a perfect area to fight him.
Yeah, it's more of when I jump into valley. I get
yeah, if you jump
really
like
hard.
into valley, if you're jumping like on the low ground in valley, then you're gonna get fucked. If you jump here, scouts can still kill you, but it's not gonna be as bad. And if you distract 2 scouts, then it's good, you know, like...
What some soldiers do is they jump over this and they go behind you over here. I've seen a lot of roamers do that. So it's just like distraction again, but going from valley instead of house.
Yeah.
And then the scout
you
sometimes
can
like
do
turns
that.
around to chase him and his team just pushes across.
Yeah. If a scout turns around to chase you, like...
Your team should make use of that.
Yeah, just make sure you calm it and then push on that, and, you know... If you think you can get away from the scout, that's good. But, yeah.
So pretty much on mids, I should be like, if our combo's rolling out over here, I should be playing up there. I'm just waiting for...
Sure, yeah. That's pretty good. Up there is, like, decent, yeah. Yeah.
What I was doing is I was kind of like playing around over here and waiting for...
Yeah,
things to
usually
progress
you have
alone.
one scout, like, on the ground, making sure your, like, demo isn't getting fucked or whatever, because, like, some scouts will... Okay, so... Here's a scout play you can do if you're like whoever's the most like, more aggressive scout. This works actually really well against demos that roll out up top. Is you know when you do your rollout, you actually just push under right away and shoot the demo right here, and a lot of the time you can kill him if he's not careful. Like
yeah, if
if
he's
that
over
demo's
here,
right
he's
here,
really unprotected.
Yeah.
And there's not much he can do to like stick himself off. So
Yeah, that's a good aggressive scout play to do. And like even if you don't kill him, you don't have to commit. You don't have to commit like past here. So it's pretty hard to punish you a lot for doing that. The only thing that punishes you is a scout. Obviously, if there's a scout close, you don't do it. But if you just see like a slight opening, it's a lot of damage on the demo. Even if you don't kill him, it's like at least 100 if you hit your shots. Yeah, for passive scout though, it's good to just like be on some sort of high ground, try to deny bombs.
yeah.
With the winger, you can jump on this crate too, I think. So.
Like if you know your medic's going valley passive because you're getting bombed a lot, like there is always really good. Like I think our scout defaults to that
Yeah.
as passive mid. And then more aggressive, he'll be over here. Like he'll be up here, and then the medic's more aggressive, like over here. So he just stands here to deny soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I suppose that's the mid.
That was a long mid.
Mids are a big part of the game, you know. You win the mid, you're in a good situation to win the round,
And we're
usually.
playing 2 really good teams. Like all of the teams that we're playing for the rest of the season. So we won our first 6 matches, and then we were going against like
Ooh.
all
Yeah,
like super
That's a
high.
sad though.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we played like Wood Pig and shit like that.
yeah.
Like Yin Yang Yang.
The cat-
Yeah,
Could've
it's like
There's-
50
We
extra
could have
There's
beaten
50,
both
that's
of those
really
teams. I'm
good.
so disappointed.
There's a team that's like 10-2 right now, and they've only played bad teams.
Yeah,
It's
we beat
frustrating.
Are they a bad
We
people?
And we
5-0'd
beat them. We 5-0'd them.
nice.
And they're like, and our record's so much worse now. Oh well. So anyway, I think it's because we didn't know the map, so that's why I'm really glad that. Thank you for coming
We
here and
didn't
like
know.
doing a map review with
Yeah.
us.
That exclamation
good.
of mid was still shorter than Blanc sat on our second, so
Whoa.
there's that.
Yeah, we scrimmed Blanc Esports.
You're not wrong.
Alright, any other
They're like
questions for mid?
No.
It's good.
Back to Spaghetti.
Oh.
I had a question. For when do you push Valley with your combo? Because I remember doing that in Pugs, but I never like knew the reason why. So when is
Like
that
going to
beneficial?
second?
Yeah,
Up
like
there.
anytime. Like not necessarily from mid, but like
Usually when you win, like.
Oh wait, so
so
when
let's
you're
talk
holding
about
mid or
going-
holding second?
Let's talk
When
about
you're
pushing to
pushing from
second
mid to
first, right?
second.
yeah, mid.
So let's
to
just go in
second.
order. Yeah. Mid to second. Usually you want to clear house first, so you take your demo in here and healed up and like check all the traps. So you make sure you have house, and your demo can start like sticking things off, and he's just like sitting here. And then your combo can go to Valley and see if there are picks.
No, but she meant when, like as in what situations.
Like when
Like-
is that
Yeah.
advantageous
like,
over like the normal pushing
so-
through?
Usually,
It
the
is kind of a normal thing,
situations,
actually, I
it's like,
think.
Is it?
well,
Oh,
Yeah.
we weren't doing
Yeah.
that if it is normal. Shit.
well, the thing is about this main entrance is that you get like, there's definitely always a
You-
sticky trap here. You get juggled really hard. It's a small
Yeah.
entrance. It's
Yeah.
just kind of bad when you have big ad. Generally,
Yeah.
you go alley when, so you can go alley on a one-man picks if they're not close.
Yeah, like for example, you
Um,
pick the roamer, so you know there's not much they can do to like bomb you in Valley, except for the pocket soldier, and it's just gonna be spam. So that's good. So you pick a roamer, or you have like big advantage, and you don't want to you don't necessarily want to use to go in, because you know their medic's gonna be super far back, and you want to like get the point for free and just like muscle your way in, bully your way in, and spam.
Yeah.
So that way's kind of good to go Valley, because you can like move in really and just like try not to pop to spam and get in really deep and onto the point, and they can't do much to contest you once you're on the point.
Right.
So you just take it free and then you use your advantage for last. It's something you want to do.
I was having to pop through
Yeah.
that choke because obviously like,
Yeah,
you
it's
have
almost
to.
impossible to milk through that choke.
Right.
So
Okay, that's good. So we didn't do that in any of our scrims, so noted.
If we also go through Valley, I can like high bomb, like, or if we go alley, I can high bomb off that like industrial sign and land in their shutter.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, you wouldn't do that unless you're doing a sack, because this is like deep.
It's just
well,
like
I
trying to
fucked
get
up,
your combo
like
in.
all the way over to the right, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but here's the thing. So when
Their
you do
combo's
this
gonna
bomb,
be like spamming you really hard, so they're like.
Good.
You can talk. You can talk.
yeah, I was, by the time you get here, like your combo's not gonna be in any situation to help you, and like the medic can see you like coming. Like the medic's probably gonna be around here. He can see you coming. He just backs and shutter. Like the pocket just farms you, so you're pretty much just feeding.
Unless your combo calls that their combo pushed way up to spam them. Like your combo's coming Valley and their combo like is over here trying to kill your combo and the medic's in the open. And in
I
that case
wasn't-
it's like a good bomb for you,
I wasn't
but
even
that doesn't happen
like,
often.
I was just saying like to let our team get through alley, like
Oh,
assuming
oh,
that their
okay.
medic is standing on the point,
All right.
like not like disregarding the medic completely.
Okay.
But
Well,
I don't feel like I would ever bomb the medic in this situation because he just like would back into last.
yeah.
Yeah,
here's
making
the
space
thing.
is fine. We usually take 2 soldiers actually, Deathy.
Yeah, I know, but the problem with that is like with doing that bomb, you're just really like a lot ahead of your team, so they probably just pick you and refight with a number ad. But usually, like the conditions that you go alley, like if you get a pick or have Uber out or whatever, you generally don't need like that much space to be made. So I wouldn't feel like that bomb is really useful, and sometimes you might need to like not be there. Are you roamer or pocket?
Remember?
Yeah, okay.
I
Well,
am
sometimes
pocket.
you might need to be like with your demo in house or whatever, because
Yeah,
usually you
if
don't
you
take
come
your
Valley,
demo.
you don't take your demo, by the way. That's one
Yeah.
more thing, yeah. You take both
You-
scouts and your pocket for sure, and maybe the roamer, depending.
Yeah. Generally, like
Always
you want to
both
have the
scouts, though.
roamer like you can have the roamer like sit here or whatever, or like be in house. Watching lower is good because sometimes like there's gonna be like a soldier that might just push
Yeah.
lower, so you can just like sit here and
Some
watch
teams
lower.
like to take their demo, but we like to leave our demo in house because he can sticky this. So if they see us going like alley, they can't wrap us to mid and back up, and they can't really do anything. Like they can't push into house, say, and like surprise us because our demo is trapping it off.
Yeah.
And then when we're on the point, he can push out of house and help us.
Alley is also like more of a slow push than a fast push, right? So when you go alley, you're planning on taking it slow, which means like
Yeah.
someone could go behind and force you. So that's not really your.
So when you're walking over here, like one of your scouts is with your pocket in front, and one of your scouts usually watches this lower to make sure you're not being flanked. And then when you're pushing into Valley, you have 2 scouts watching for the high bomb.
Yeah.
Also, check this trap always. It's the most common one, like right here. Because that can kill your medic.
That's
It's happened.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
it's
your meta
annoying.
hugs the left wall, then you're fine. But then
Yeah,
you
I
take
usually
down.
just hug this wall anyway because I don't like that trap. It's scary.
Yeah. I'll try to check it. The one thing
it's
that's
fine.
gonna happen a lot when you go alley is like a soldier's gonna be right here. He's gonna do like some sort of bomb like this.
But you have 2 scouts, so
Or a high bomb.
he shouldn't be able to do that much. And it's also it's
Yeah.
not hard to surf because it's like mostly flat in here. If you see him coming, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest though, I don't think any demo we've played against this whole season is smart enough to put a trap there.
In house? Oh, this over here.
There?
That one, yeah.
It's a good
Except for
one.
Mason,
Your demo should
he
use
doesn't
it.
use stickies.
Right.
Well. Yeah. I think that's it for the alley push.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just kind of like walk your heel muscle most of the time. If it's a one pick, if you're pushing alley on one pick, it's gonna end up in an Uber exchange. So make sure you're not like super clumped up, because then your Uber is gonna be
So
better.
that's like big ad or pick advantage, like some sort of advantage you want to use. You just go that way.
Yeah. The other push
when
you can
would
do is
you go
under
house, Deathy?
house.
Yeah, when
If you get a pick and they're close,
if you get the
you can
demo
exchange.
pick, especially the demo, because then he can't trap you off.
Well, yeah.
And then if you see their combo like just randomly like clumped up over here,
Yeah,
and you're
exactly.
like you can make them flash 6,000 times, then you just pop here and you can do it. But if they're like way over there, you definitely don't want to go house, because they're just gonna juggle you in the doorway and you won't do anything with your Uber.
Yeah, if they're on the point, house is okay, but a lot of the time under or
Mostly
alley is
they're
better.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah, and an ad
Under's
push.
okay too.
Yeah.
When do you go under over alley? I wonder.
You
just
have ad
kinda
you
call
want to
it.
use fast
Oh
ad.
yeah.
Like
If it's
20,
big
30
ad
ad.
and you see their combo isn't like super far back, like on the bridge, and you're going towards alley, or if you see that the roamer hasn't spotted you and you're kind of being sneaky, it's okay too.
If it's small ad, you're
Yeah.
pretty much gonna need to go here.
Yeah, because
There's-
you don't have enough time to go all the way around.
Yeah, you can't go main either because you get juggled really hard, so you're not gonna get the med.
Yeah.
But a lot of teams hold their med near point too, so this is pretty good. If their med's
Yeah.
near point, you can get pretty deep.
And if you go underpass push, a lot of the time, like your soldier's gonna jump up here, and then I usually like to walk left so I can meet my flank, and then I can be over here after the Uber ends. Because I don't want to walk up the pipe because I have no idea what's going on the right side. Like things can flank me here, things can flank me over here. So instead of walking up the pipe, I like to go left. That's just like preference for a medic. You can do whatever.
Never did under either. This is exciting. We have more options now.
Small ad under, big ad alley.
Yeah. Main, Uber exchange if they're close, or you get a demo pick.
Yeah.
Or they're just dead, so you take in second.
Right, of course. That's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, also when you're pushing second and it's ad, and they just got a bunch of spawners, always watch for a sniper. Because usually the snipers hang out on the left over here and they're just scoping in, like they're hanging out over here. So yeah,
Pretty
just watch for that, because it's really
That was
common.
good. Yeah, we called
Yeah.
for sniper. Like, we said to watch for snipers. So we're good
Yeah,
with that.
but you're
Yay.
Highlander players, so
Yeah.
you know.
We know when they're gonna spy off class. We know when they're gonna sniper off class.
Yeah.
I play like 1 out of every 5 lives as spy.
Says the spy.
Okay,
Pretty good.
okay, not that bad, not that bad. But
That's like
So does
Ragusa
Ragusa.
stats.
Yeah, synergy.
Except he switches it up between heavy and spy and sniper.
Should we talk about holding mid on this ad?
Yeah, I mean,
We talked
there's
about
not a
pushing,
whole lot
right?
to talk about.
It's just positioning really. If you guys know the positions, it's like really easy.
Okay, wait, there's this one thing that's important there.
Okay.
So you're holding house, right? Even Ubers, you know,
And you
like,
sacked someone.
yeah, or you sack someone or you lose someone, you know?
It's even newers, yeah.
Yeah, so you have basically 2 plays, which is, one, you hide you set your combo like right here on the ramp, and
And then they push it and you
wherever
can just
wherever
surprise
they
them.
go, you trade Ubers, you know, buying time for your respawn. So like if they go lower, you can trade, and if they go here, you can trade. So you're kind of like blocking off everything. Now the risky part of this is a soldier does some dumb shit, and for some reason decides to just walk up on you without heals there and
Yeah.
forces your med. That's like the only thing that fucks you.
Because we're saying you sacked a person and you're expecting like a counter sack or a push from them. So some teams will push their combo in here and try to exchange Ubers with you, and some teams will sack their roamer through valley and try to land on you. Sometimes the roamer like does high bombs and goes all the way to mid and lands like literally over here,
Yeah.
and then he'll like force your medic, which is really annoying. But yeah, generally when we do a sack and we're 1 down, we either sit in house like Deathy said, or we go outside and we like watch valley with our entire combo, so we're looking and we can see everything.
Yeah.
I believe we're
Obviously,
talking
we're
about
not
house,
standing.
yeah.
We're all standing there.
Yeah,
More like,
obviously I'm just saying we're looking. Yeah.
yeah. You know, you just kind of have people on the high ground ready to spam everything. If
Yeah.
they go like this way, like you don't need to be close to them, because if you just have two, well, not even two soldiers, your demo can trap it or whatever, or you can usually just force them through this, because it's like a tight corner.
Yeah, that's just like that's kind of like more like if you lose 2 people or if you have disadvantage. If it's just 1 person, you don't really have to be that far back.
Well, the thing
Depending.
about what sitting that far back on mid is just like a safe play.
Yeah.
There's not really that whole much they can do. You can usually spot the roamer sack from super far. Like, if you're in a match, like I'd recommend holding on mid if you lose
Yeah.
one. Unless you think that their team is gonna do a split push, where they're gonna push this and Valley at the same time.
Then you can
and
just crush the
force
people
them.
over here.
Well, either that, or like they push their combo pushes there, and their combo push, their flank pushes flank, and you know you force the Uber from them, and you pop as well, and then you go kill it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think
Second to last, maybe? Question mark?
Sure.
it's like pushing last, basically.
Yeah, pushing last.
All right.
I like elbow or banana.
Well, I mean, you know, we can keep it simple. Big ad far left. You know, pretty
Yeah.
simple. There's a sentry, take it out.
Yeah. Usually the sentry, like almost always, the sentry's over here. There's
Yeah.
no real other spot.
So you just go
The
far
only other
left.
spot
Well,
I've seen
there's
is like
under, yeah.
here. But in any
there's-
case, when you
there's
go far
this,
left,
yeah.
it's really easy to kill a sentry. Usually.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, if you spot the sentry before you, like, you usually almost want to take your demo if you see, like, just spot the sentry before you have Uber. Or do
In
that.
our
Mhm.
scrims, we would always like our combo would be holding left lobby,
Yeah.
and then we'd have like a roamer and maybe a scout on the right.
Mhm.
Like I've never been over on the right side, but I know that we've had at least one person over there usually. But then when we actually start pushing in,
Yeah.
we would wipe somehow, and
Well,
it's just kind of weird. Like, is there like a certain way we have to push in?
well, you can't really
If you want
split
an
up.
Uber, usually we like going far left. And then we kill things, and like Deathy as a pocket likes to go like behind and like over here with a full buff
If
and
you
like
take
fight
this,
things.
you win.
And then if you take their like near spawn area, you win. Then you have your like your demo with him. And then as a medic, I don't like to end my like if Deathy's like full health and he's perfectly fine, I'm not gonna end my Uber over there and just like stay with him. I'll come over here, and my flank's gonna be coming in these 2 entrances, and I'll just stay with them over here and buff my scouts up, and we can push the point.
Yeah, here's
So-
the thing though.
Yeah.
The reason you could be wiping is because like your team is too split up when you're pushing. So basically, let's say you have Uberad, right? Like this is a situation where you're pushing last with Uberad. So your combo pushes, you know, whichever side, left, right, main, doesn't matter where they push. Their combo is always going to end up on the opposite side most of the time.
And your flank's there.
Yeah, and then if your flank goes there, then that's when they get farmed sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have to be like more tight. You know, I wouldn't take 3 entrances to push last. I'd take like maximum 2. It's like your combo 1 entrance and then your flank to the closest entrance. So that way you're kind of like all in one
You don't
area.
want to take like combo far left and flank far right, because their combo, like
Yeah.
their combo to avoid your combo is going to rotate over here, and then when your flank pushes in, they'll just farm you because they're fully buffed.
Yeah.
So like your flank might want to come like elbow, like main, and then
Yeah.
your medic can meet them really easily, or like even your flank can come in behind your combo. I don't know, it depends on what you like, but
The boat.
the boat, like your combo, but also make sure like your flank doesn't come in before your combo. Your combo is like the space makers, and they take all the damage and spam coming in, and your flank comes in after that, so they don't take any damage coming in the chokes. They don't want to be like the first ones in. Like your combo
So-
should be taking all the attention, and then your flank gets in basically for free.
Yeah, I think we had timing
Yeah.
issues. I
So
feel like
you
that's
guys need to
probably
make
what
sure
it
you're
was.
coming in afterwards.
I have this great metaphor on how to explain how to put. Dude, it's great. Okay.
Good.
So your combo is like a boat, right? And no, it's great. And they push, and you know how behind the boat there's calm
There's a
water.
wake.
Yeah, there's calm water where like there's no current. So that's where your flank is, right? Because your combo, like, you know, they took all the current with their Uber, so then your flank's resting quiet in the
So your
back
flank's basically safe to come in right behind your combo. So that's okay.
because there's no current.
Yeah. But anyway, make sure.
So
Yeah, if you're not taking like your demo on the Uber example, for example, you're taking your scout and your pocket, then you want to call where you're going to end your Uber. That always helps them. Like, I call, like, I'm gonna end my Uber main, and then my demo is gonna try to make sure he can come in main and meet me, so he has heals to push the fight with. Yeah. Like, if your flank is having problems dying, then I'll tell them where I'm gonna end my Uber.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
basically, if I want to take left as pocket,
Yeah.
I would be left, but then my medic would be rotating heals towards like
Yeah.
main.
Well, if you're lit and still fighting at the end of the Uber, then your medic can stay with you. But if you're basically like full health and just like spamming over here and like fighting people, then your medic can rotate and try to help the people with no health. So
Yeah.
it kind of depends on
It's
how healthy you are.
situational, obviously. Like, rotating main
Yeah.
is like in an ideal scenario where their combo is like completely rotated to the left, and your flank's getting in like
Yeah.
relatively free, and this
Like
is like a free area.
if their combo is like still sitting over here for some reason trying to fight your Uber, then your medic will stay with you and like try to kill them all. But if their
Yeah.
combo rotated over there and your flank is getting like squished, then your medic can go help them.
As pocket, you don't really like. Usually
You're
your
not
medic
super
will.
aggressive. You're kind of spamming. You're like sitting around here and trying to take ground.
Yeah, well, depending on how much Uber you still have. Like, if you still have Uber, I'm gonna get really aggressive and get in this area. Like, this is like
Yeah.
the best area you can possibly have. But like once you have this, they pretty much lost all the high ground, and you don't really change up that much what you do depending on your. Well, obviously, if you have heals, you can be more aggressive, but like your medic can make his or her own decisions and like leave you if they think it's fine, which is like you still take this area no matter what. Like if your medic leaves you, you can still take it. You just have to be more passive. So either way, if you push left, you're gonna end up here
Yeah.
most of the time.
You just
Okay.
don't want to have your flank fighting their combo, basically, because their combo is going to
Just-
be healed. Yeah.
The flank just kind of delays like 1 second or something when
Yeah.
you
Well,
say you're in.
your Uber should be in, and then, like your flank shouldn't be in when the Uber is like still going on and they're, I don't know. You want to
Yep.
be delayed enough that you don't take any damage coming in is the main thing. Like they're
So
not
there-
spamming your entrances because they're distracted by your combo.
Yeah. There's like two sorts of plays that you can do with flank. How I see it usually last pushes, there's like two like types of last pushes kinda. There's like the one where you like do a pinch sort of push, where you have your combo push like one place, and then your flank comes in late for the finish, like the pinch, where you like push them from two directions and get them in a corner. For example, in this loss, it would be like this corner. You would pinch them, like have your flank come in from main, your combo left, and then be like all in this corner, and you collapse at once. So that would be like one of them. The other one would be like the more you take the better positioning with your Uber, see if you can catch out anyone, and your flank comes in behind your Uber in a place that's already safe, gets their buff, and then you just fight based on your better positioning. The boat strategy.
Boat.
Yeah. So it's like, say you're having a left Uber, like pocket jumps, forward. You take this area, right? Now your pocket has control of this area, which is like one of the best in the last. Now your medic's probably going to be like closer to here, and your flank can all come in behind and have like fully buffed players while their team is hurt. And then
Yeah.
from then on,
And
you
they
just kind
can't
of
get
like
to spawn because you're literally sitting here.
exactly.
So-
So from then on, you just kind of like push forward and have the better position on them, right? So you just kind of edge it, and obviously don't rush the point on this map because the point is low ground.
It's like Badlands. You don't want to sack all your
Well-
teammates onto it.
On Badlands, you can just scout the point, but this
Oh,
map
true.
isn't the same.
So it's just where the flank wants to do
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
Just
If you're
make sure
doing a
you're not
pinch,
taking
just
the
make sure
damage
you
coming
call
in.
in
Is the main
when you're
thing.
in.
Yeah.
And like make sure that your combo pressures at the same time, because if like your flank jumps in and then your combo just kind of like sitting passive.
Like if your flank thinks your combo's in and they're trying to get in, and your combo's not actually in, they're just gonna die.
Yep.
So just I don't know, calls, timing. Make sure you guys know what your other parts are doing, the team. I
If you
can't
just
words.
speak, you'll win. Yeah, just be coordinated. Like, as long as you're coordinated, like you'll be fine. As long as you all go into the enemy team like at a similar time, it'll be okay.
Yeah. And if you're not pushing far left, elbow's okay too.
Yeah,
Coming
here's
this
the
way.
fat pocket Uber.
Yeah.
You full buff.
Yeah?
Alright.
Oh,
So
you
this
can
is
do
where
a
you
high
do.
bomb.
Yeah, you do the
Yeah.
the classic
So your
high
pocket
bomb.
does a high bomb and you don't even pop on him because there's no way he can get hurt up there. And then you pop on your demo and scout on the bridge.
And you get the end
So-
of the Uber.
Yeah, and then the pocket can be flashed at the very end. That works. That's a really fat
I
Uber.
feel like the the pocket would get mulched there if
Yeah.
you kind
by
of
the-
lag
well-
behind a little bit, even a little bit.
But by
Here's the
like,
thing, you
if
do
you're
the high bomb
bombing,
when your
your
medic's
medic
there.
should be able to catch up to you in time.
Oh,
Yeah, you
It's-
don't
yeah.
lead
Right.
with the
Like
high
your
bomb.
medic is literally just like pressing W onto you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, let's
You're
do a
doing your high
scenario
bomb
here.
while you Uber, right? So basically,
simulate.
I Uber my demo and scout, and then my pocket high bombs while I'm doing that, and he doesn't have to take any Uber, so you don't waste a flash on him. And then he lands when I finish the Uber right here. And I'm guessing their team's like here, so you're basically destroying them. And yeah. So because a lot of time you pop on your pocket and he just like takes a million spam and does get struggled. But if he's in the air, they can't do anything to him.
Yeah, look, see, you get there in time.
Yeah. Far right is kind of more rare because it's really easy to kite away from you if you go far right.
Usually their combo holds over there, so you're
Yeah.
kind of like taking the
And you're like,
Like,
pushing them into spawns.
far right
not
is
as,
shit positioning, and it's
it's
like
not,
the same
it's
distance
not
from
good,
left.
and your medic ends up on low ground, and it's hard to rotate to your flank. You have to go like all the way over here. I
You
don't
have
know.
to like take this.
It's
to
just
make
not
it work.
amazing. I prefer going far left over far right if you have the choice.
Mm.
Yeah. And if you know there's a sniper, just like main is terrible. I almost never go main. We always go elbow to main if we want to go that way. Because there are stickies.
Yeah, main's just
So,
yeah,
yeah,
not
just
good.
elbow is better. What's a common trap over here, I guess? Here and main.
This above main. Some people trap left, right.
Yeah.
This on the side.
Yeah.
And your medic is like, oh, it's fine, and dies.
So basically, if a team like pushes two people from opposite sides, you just rotate your combo to where the flank's going, and you just rape
Yep.
them.
Yep,
Okay.
that's precisely the concept.
So I guess pushing from last to second, if you like win the last fight and like wipe them, or they're almost wiped. Is it just normal clearing shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of like everybody like takes
Your
an entrance. Yeah.
combo, usually you go from main and then you decide where to go. So sometimes you go left, like just make sure your combo calls where they're going and everybody calls exactly where they're going because there are
If
4
you're-
entrances to clear. So just like say everything.
Yeah. If your combo's pushing main, usually your demo can sticky the other way. Like
Yeah.
if your combo pushes main, your demo can sticky the shutter and like left side, you know,
Yeah.
and be okay. That's good.
Usually, very commonly, your combo goes elbow because from elbow you can go straight to the point. And that's fine. On advantage, sometimes your combo will go shutter. You can Uber on them if they're on bridge because it's the closest like distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And always make sure you're watching bottom left and have someone clearing that. It's the most common thing. Even pushing last, like when you're pushing into their last, make sure your roamer or your scout's watching bottom left. It's the most like obvious spot to flank. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's not
Is
much
that
about
it?
pushing second from last.
Yeah. The one thing
Watch
that
hiding
like
spots, I
might
guess,
be a little
like
like
over here.
weird from pushing second
a
from
hiding
last
spot.
is the bottom left Uber. It's not very common, but you can do it. Like their combo is generally holding on the bridge. They don't spot you. Fat Uber right here. Kill their combo.
Fat Uber.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty fat. Because like generally their pocket's like, oh, it's fine, you know. And like
I'm
if
just
they
gonna
don't
stand
spot,
here. Yeah.
if they don't spot you, you can kill the med on the pocket and like.
It kind
well,
of
you
seems
kill
like
everything.
a gimmicky way to go.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it's not.
it can
It's
be.
not safe. It's if it's like it's usually if you have advantage, and you want to use
Yeah,
it
yeah.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
it's
if
more
you
of
go
an
shutter, they're
aggressive
gonna see
push,
you, and they're just gonna leave. So.
I wouldn't say it's inconsistent. Like it can work a lot of the time. It's riskier because they can try to push your lobby, but generally you have your demo, you know, go the other way.
Yeah. Your demo and your combo shouldn't be going the same way. Like on this map specifically, a lot of the time in pushes, your demo and combo are separated. Like pushing
Yeah.
second, your demo's in house, your combo's in alley. On last, it's like opposite directions again. So,
That's weird.
because your demo, yeah, it's just
But
this
when you're
map. Our
pushing
demo hates
last, then your demo,
it. Then he's with you. Yeah.
yeah,
But of course, you have to have some playing with your demo, right?
yeah.
If you're
generally
pushing
Usually
the
it's,
roamer.
usually it's your roamer because on this map you're so prone to bombs. You want both scouts with your combo. So usually it's your roamer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's roamer demo one side, soldier medic,
Yeah.
scouts.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
for like pushing points, but if you're pushing with your Uber, then your demo can be with
If
your
you're doing
combo,
a bottom
obviously.
left Uber, then
Yeah.
you know, like your scouts would come out of shutter, probably like pinch them here, and then you have your demo roamer here.
And when you're capping second, always watch underpass. Because I see teams just cap and then a roamer lands on them and gets like 3 kills. It's very like wide, and you guys watch that. So that's really
It's
common.
very wide.
Yeah. It's very wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think
Oh,
every
and-
team we've played also like held bridge. So I think
Yeah.
Bottom
If-
left Ubers can be
if I
pretty.
knew that I could have like gone from lower instead of like through main,
Yeah. It's
I
much
feel like
easier to
that could have
catch them,
worked.
to actually get your Uber on top of them.
Yeah, these
Because
are
if
more
you
like.
go from any other direction, they can see you coming from like a mile away and they'll just leave. So,
Yep. There's more unorthodox ways of
Yeah.
like pushing, but like they work a lot of the time.
yeah. And again, pushing from second to mid, house kind of sucks, basically, because literally everything can be trapped. So we like
Oh,
to
yeah.
drop down from the bridge to lower, and then we'll just push
Right.
from valley. Valley is like much more consistent because you can clear everything and you can see the bombers coming. Not as many sticky traps. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's just one pick, start
Mm-hmm.
pushing valley, and then even if you want to trade it there in house, you can just spam them right here.
Yeah, and you
Or
should
they're-
have someone clear alley though also, because there might be a hider.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Usually your scout does that. And then again, take 2 scouts when you go valley, and then yeah,
Sort of
avoid
takes
shit.
the.
Oh, also, usually just the medic just walks up the freaking main road right here, and you get spammed by a million things. Actually, like when I walk this way, I like to come up this way, because then you don't need any spam at all, and then I just walk up after that.
Thanks for your experience.
Just small things, because the middle,
Like-
like you eat a
It
million
helps.
pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just much
Usually,
easier,
If
because
you
you don't get
pocket,
hit by anything over here.
usually if they spam your medic a lot, your pocket takes the roof. They're
And
not
then
gonna
he
be able to
gets in
spam your
for-
medic forever,
Yeah.
because you know,
And you have 2 scouts, so.
yeah.
Again, your demo is separated. This map is just not fun for demo because he's always by himself.
Has a
Kicking
roamer
things
buddy.
off. Yeah. And because he's here again, because they could wrap you from house if they see your combo in Valley, they're like, oh, they're Valley, let's go for a back cap. And they push house.
You can do that.
But your
to
demo's
teams.
here just like trapping. So
can do
yeah,
the wrap.
if you see their demo with their combo, you know there won't be sticky traps in house and you can possibly push house and get back caps. So
To do
you
that,
can
you
take
have to
advantage of
spot
that.
them early.
Yeah. You have to like have really good eyes on them.
You have to have your combo like in this like position, sort of, on like the ramp probably, where you spot them early, like either way. Because if they go valley, then you just push house. Yeah, it's a little bit more risky, but I doubt many open demos are gonna go different ways. So it can
Yeah,
work
it's
a
more
lot of the
common
time.
that demos follow their combo in open, and then you can, there's nothing stopping you from backcapping.
Even in IM last season, I don't recall many
Yeah.
demos splitting up.
I think that's it.
I think so.
Yeah, there's nothing else that comes to mind.
Alright, well, thank you so much for a very thorough map
Yeah, thank you.
review.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
problem.
It was fun.
Thank you.
And Relay, you're recording, right? So you can just send this to Pro.
Yeah, he said he'd watch it.
Nice.